Hello everybody and welcome to another third-party review. In today's video we're taking a look at the eagerly anticipated Fans Hobby MB-16A, the Machine Eagle. I've been pathetically overly excited waiting for this piece to come through. I adored Machine Wars. Now, for those that don't know, back in 1997, I believe it was, just after Beast Wars had finished, they had the bright idea of saying, right, let's try and introduce vehicles back into the Transformers community. So it was a very short-lived series of figures going under the Machine Wars banner, and basically they were recycled figures. We had the unused figures from the G2 that never got released when they were then released in the Machine Wars wave, and we also got some of the European G1 exclusives during the end of the G1 toy continuity. A load of the figures were kind of getting European exclusive releases, and so they used those in the mass market, at this time removing some of those functions like the firing missiles. Now this of course is based on the Machine Wars Optimus Prime, who was a slight remold and recolor of the European exclusive Thunderclash from the G1 series. Absolutely love this retro feel on the box. Gorgeous. Really loving this. We've got the same on the tops there. We've got the MB-16A on the bottom. Spinning it around, we've got what I absolutely adore about Fans Hobby. It's a little bit about the group. They really are a bunch of fans making toys for fans. It's probably why they're one of my favourite third-party companies out there. They really do listen. We've got Lightning Eagle there. We've got the God Power Baser. We've got their Monster Bots. Really excited to see what they deliver next. And enough talking about the box. Let's crack him open. And here he is out of the packaging. This has got such a nostalgic feel to it. Now I know it's a remold and repaint of what they've done with their Power Baser, but that being said, this could be one of my favourite versions. I like their black Power Baser, I like the kind of shattered glass Power Baser, I love their Lightning Eagle, but I don't know, there was always something about Machine Wars that, maybe it's because I didn't have hardly any of them, maybe that's why I was always drawn to the Machine Wars kind of repaints. But we've got the big cannons on here. The only thing I would like is maybe some insignias to go on these. It's going to get like an Autobot insignia here. I believe they had a white background on this piece, and then it was a black background on the insignia that went on the top. I'll include a picture of Machine Wars Prime over here, so I'm probably wrong. I'm just going from memory. But this really does tick a lot of those nostalgic feels. It just looks retro, doesn't it? I don't know. I think this is the last time they're using this mold. I don't know if they plan on revisiting it or kind of working it again. So really interesting to see what they've got planned next. But love the front of that truck. Oh. See, Power Baser, I love having him combined up. And even their Thunderclash, I kind of got him combined up. But Machine Wars Prime, may get this into battle base mode and just have him as he is. Because he didn't really ever combine up when he was released as a figure. I know Thunderclash didn't either, but I always see him as kind of a larger figure. But this would scale really nicely with the G1 continuity, so I don't know, I just think I may just have him in his regular bot mode. Now in terms of accessories, we do get the rockets that do fire missiles, and we do get alternative faceplates for his small robot and the combined robot. I will cover those when we get him transformed up. For those of you who aren't aware of scale, here he is with MP-44. So that's definitely kind of masterpiece scale. It doesn't necessarily have that realistic look the original G1 had, but that's something they kind of ditched with these G2 or late G1 molds as well. It's definitely kind of sci-fi in appearance, I think, but still looks the part nonetheless. I just love the colours. That was gorgeous. As his vehicle mode looks, which does mean it's got rubber tyres and everything on there, isn't it? But we're going to get him transformed up. Now we do have to parts form this chest panel piece because it is an additional piece they kind of re-engineered to work. but I'm okay with that. It's still a fun figure nonetheless. There, bring these pieces back, tab those in, bring this piece back, lock it back on this double hinge, and push, and just tab that into position. These pieces on the top are going to untab from one another, like so. That's going to come up, that's going to come up, and that now allows these pieces here to separate, bring those around, and that now allows this to kind of extend outwards into a full kind of torso. We can then untab, untab, close those pieces off. These are going to separate. This piece is going to lift, and the foot is going to rotate on that hinge, and you can open up the base of the foot and just pop the heel spur out to stop him from toppling over. Untabbing this back panel from the back of the legs allows the leg to extend upwards, and that's going to tab. So again on this side, lift that up, extend and push and tab. That now gives the legs their full length. These wheels here are going to slide in and up, so slide that in and then push and slide that upwards into that void. And now's as good a time as any to bring these hip skirts out. Quite fiddly. There we go. Once that's out, that's out. Again, let's get my nail in there. There we go. That's out, like so. This panel here is going to fold downwards. See this piece here? That automatically collapses on the inside. We can then bring up the head, like so. Push down the abdominal section, like so. Bring this chest panel back in. Make sure the ab piece is completely out, and then push and collapse that hinge inwards. You can then bring these arms back inwards. Push and tab, push and tab. Bring the arms down and around, rotate, down and around, and rotate, and then bring these fists out on both hands. I absolutely adore that green. Bring this tab down. Really does remind me of the Machine Wars. They've done a fantastic job at kind of colour matching. Really exceptional job. And last but by no means least, you don't have to do this, but I love to, because it is my Machine Wars Optimus Prime. We just push that chest piece back on. That's superb. Let's take a closer look before I change anything out. Really nice sculpt, gorgeous colours. Actually feels the most solid out of all. I don't know if they've changed the plastic consistency slightly, I don't know. It just feels the most robust. And I've got this mould, what, 5 times I think, but I don't know. It feels slightly different in a good way. They're always been up there, haven't they, with quality wise. It's just, I don't know, that logo on there, it's absolutely gorgeous. We just need a black backed Autobot insignia. Really love the green. Articulation wise, head up, down, left and right, tilt side to side. Arms ratcheted out to the side there as well. A little bit of a butterfly joint, I guess, if you untab the piece there. We've got a rotation, double bend, rotation and articulation on the hands. Waist rotation, abdominal crunch. Although if you do crunch the waist, that does tend to pop this chest shield off. So just bear that in mind. We do have hip skirts to the front, which allow for the legs to come this far forwards, that far backwards, out to the side, upper thigh rotation, bend on that knee, and we've got up and down on those feet, as well as a pivot left and right. So he's a very well balanced, robust piece. Oh, wish I could compare this to the original, but sorry guys, I don't have it. It's becoming increasingly difficult to get these days, especially in the UK, but hopefully somebody like 60 has a copy as well, so we can show you just how close these colours have matched on this piece. It does come with a rifle as well. At the moment I've got it stored on the top of the trailer. We can bring that up, bring this piece down, we can slide this piece down, and you can have it as a rifle in his hands. It just slides in to the grip slot and close that off. There we go. Sensational. Now again, this is completely optional, but I'm going to change out that faceplate. I'm going to go for the more kind of toy accurate looks. We need to just bring this chin upwards, and as you can see there, it's done in two pieces. We've got the mask and we've got these eyes. So we'll bring in the alternative face and we slot those eyes in, and then just bring that back in and push and tab that into position. There we have Machine Wars Prime, looking splendid. Now, my personal preference for Machine Wars Prime, I'm going to have him in his battle station mode. So you want to flip this tab piece over on both sides. Let's remove these weapons from the top, and this piece here is going to open like so, and open up like this. That's then going to rock backwards, and this is going to collapse down. Again on this side, rock that piece backwards and collapse this panel downwards. This piece back, slide this piece back, like this, and slowly open up those legs, folding this panel down to the inside. Fold this piece down and around, and this piece down. Again on this side, fold this piece down and around, and this piece down. The legs are going to pull and extend, pull and extend. And when you want to unlock these legs, there is a button just on the inside there. You push that in, and that allows these to unlock. This panel is going to come down and extend downwards, so it's completely flat. Again on this side, pull this up, bring it up and up, so it's flat. Extend the legs outwards, extend the ankle outwards, and tilt them inwards on that ratchet piece, so that we're left with legs that are kind of separated like this, making sure that the hip skirts are folded upwards and folded upwards. This whole torso piece is going to rotate around and around. You can now open up these panels, bring that down, bring this piece up and over onto the back. Prime's head is then going to come up, and this whole panel is going to come down. The arms are going to lift upwards, and Prime's head is going to fold over like this, and then this hinge is going to come up. We're going to bring this tab inwards, securing that in, bring this tab in, securing that piece inwards. The wheel arches are going to come around. They will rotate like so and cover off the wheels. Do that on both legs. These shin pads slide downwards so they can lock into the feet, and then we're going to slide these base pieces back up because we're going to unfold them, and we're going to make a standing base for our Prime to stand on. You can then come around to the back of this cab piece, and these handles are going to open up. That's going to open up. Bring these cannons in together, make sure that these pieces are folded inwards. These are going to tab into one another, he says, like that, and bring this piece up and this piece up, and these are going to grip on to this groove section of the arms. So let's just bring that up and over, and we just position Prime on the back there. Now I know it's not perfect, but it's still funky. It's still a transformable trailer. It is almost kind of girl, I guess. Obviously there's no jet there, but it's that same sort of vibe to it, but I quite like it. We could have done with having something that folded out as kind of a ramp section to the front to make it a little bit more like the original, but that's how I'm going to have it. I think I'll have the trailer pose like that kind of on the back, and I'll just have Machine Wars Prime kind of rocking his freaking awesome look and just loving life to the fullest for a very short-lived series. But I like it. I like it a lot. It's a good solid piece. Be interesting to see where else they take this line, but still stand by my decision. This is one of the better looking versions of this mold. That's gorgeous. As he looks in this mode, he does still combine up. I will just talk you through the combination quickly, just to get him transformed into his full combined mode. So first port of action is we do need to take that chest panel off, and the hands do need to fold backwards like so. We need to put everything away. We're going to take him back to almost his vehicle mode. So if you want to go straight in to the combined mode, that's kind of where you'll go from. You'll go from his vehicle. So we'll open up these, we'll bring down that chest, and we'll slide the head back inwards, bring this panel up to cover off the top of the head, and close that piece off. Pop those heel spurs away on both feet, rotate the arms around. That's going to push and lock in like so. I love the chromed smokestacks on here as well. That's going to come round to this side again, bring that round, rotate, push, tab, bring that in. This lifts up, this comes down, and that's going to slide in on the top. Hip skirts are going to fold up, over and inwards. So again, up, over and inwards, so they're nicely tucked out of the way. The waist is going to rotate all the way around. The legs are going to come inwards, and you're going to want to open up this back section of the leg. These wheels are going to push downwards. It's only a very subtle movement, but they will push and lock in, lowering them right down. We're then going to bend this piece up, and these legs are going to come up and over, so they tab in to the roof. So we're left with it kind of tucked down and snuggled in like so. That's what we want. We've got these bits here at the top, and these are tabbed in as well. This is down and flipped up on the leg and tabbed in like so. Right, remove the weapons from the battle platform. These pieces are then going to fold back up, and those are going to slide down on the legs. Do that for both sides. The arms are going to come untabbed. We're going to bring out those fists. There we go. Again, loving this green that they've used. Bring those arms out. Again on this side, flip that over. Bring out the fist. Bring that out. Bring that down until it locks into position, like so. Rotate the waist all the way around to the front. We can then bring these arms forward, bring this arm forwards, convert the heel spurs down, like so. That'll really kind of stabilize these feet. Open up these front wing panels, lift the head up out of the way, and untab this back panel. For now, we're going to untab that. That's going to bend down on that hinge, and we're going to bring the chest portion in. Let's just move these hip skirts down to the front and down to the front. So we're going to use this panel piece here. That's going to pop into the base of the torso cab, and then this groove here is going to line up with these grooves on the side here. So we're going to slide that down that's going to plug in firmly on the base, and we can just close off these sections. Here and here. Now the head is then going to bend up on this hinge. This is going to come up and over and through that void. So you come, there we go. And that's going to slot down nicely, pegging in to the top. And these are going to come in. Pegging into position, and then just tidy up these back panels. Bring the shoulder cannon holders down, and then we can just bend this torso panel inwards like so. There we have him. Just doesn't want to quite tab in on that chest piece, does it? Probably pulled it a little bit when I put the head section in, but still looks mighty good, doesn't he? Now we can obviously tab in the Machine Wars section as well. Head, same as we got with the smaller head. Oh, which is easier said than done, because that's quite a stiff head. You want to poke those eyes back through, and let's just try and put that back in. Come on, in you go. Oh. Yeah, there we go. That's a good sculpt. I like that. Now let's try and tab all of this back in. And finally, here we have him fully combined up. Now we can grab those rocket launchers as well. They can be used as guns. But yeah, this is Machine Wars Optimus Prime if he fully combined with this trailer, the way that they did it with the Power Master Prime with the God Ginrai. Stands remarkably well, nice tight joints. Everything works as it should. You know, I am torn because I do love how this mode looks. I just love the colours that they've used, but I also really love him in his standalone figure mode. I just think he really does remind me so much of the original figure that I almost wish he was available as a standalone. Maybe they'll do that next. Maybe they'll say, look, if you missed out on this and you just wanted the core figure, then we'll sell those separately. I think that'll be a good route for them to take. But I may be on my own there. Maybe it's not financially viable for them. But I'm not going to complain. This is an amazing piece. It's going to look fantastic displayed however you choose to display it. Can't recommend this figure enough. The colours are gorgeous. Make sure you check out Sixo's shots when he does them, because he'll manage to capture these colours as brilliantly as humanly possible. But they are sublime. They look so much like the original toy. I am over the moon. Thank you all so much for taking the time out of your busy lives to watch my content. A huge thank you to my Patreons. Without you, these channels would not be possible. And until next time, from myself and the rest of the Collectables household, thank you all for watching. Goodbye.